hat. So this is Fox Mulder, and I picked him up at Joann's. Guess what? They have male and female mannequin heads, and for some reason, the male heads, which happen to be the actual size of my head, are more expensive and also larger than the female mannequin heads. So I don't know why that is, but we brought home Mulder, picked him up at Joann's, and I realized last time it was just not going to be possible to try to shape something 3D on my head and get it to look right. So we've got somebody to help us. Let me flip you all around and let's start molding our veil on our hat. All right, let's do the flipperoo, and here we are. Here we are. So if you, hi Michelle, how are you? Welcome, glad you're here. If you saw the first part of this, I started with a hat with a big brim. I removed the brim, and then I cut this down to be sort of a pillbox hat size and shape. And I attached this lace mesh, and this is where we're at. I feel like what I need to do is figure out how much of this to slice off. Now, I kind of like the idea of having my mouth free and not covered, but I feel like I kind of also like the idea of having it covered. So, well, what do we think? I also like having it around the jaw. I think jaw lines are really a nice, like, way to grab attention. So maybe what I could do is sort of have it go down like this, angle it to the jaw, come up halfway, and then have this come up to here. I am totally winging it. And now the other thing here, this is pinned a little bit. I do think that I want to make this, I don't know. Do we want this to be going up? Do we kind of want it going to the side? Is it a little too much right now? There's a lot of different ways that this could take shape. So let's just get started right here. Before I do anything asymmetric, I kind of feel like I want to do it, I want to do it a little different. So here, let me see. Let's start at the jaw, the ear, and let's cut down the jaw. Okay. Oh my goodness. This is a little bit nerve-wracking. All right, so here we've got the jaw. Now let's do this and angle it just right across the jawline and down. And not all this is going to stay on here. So we've really narrowed it out a lot. What do we think of that? This is kind of protruding off the side of the face. And this side is as well. This is going back to here. I sewed it on all the way back to there, but we could certainly take some off if we want. And maybe what I should do is like start here, go down so it's on top of the ear as well. And then, yeah, let me try this. So, well, I don't want to seam rip these out, but I also don't want them there because they don't look that great. I had some black ribbon. It looks like this. It's just a lot longer. It's like a, is that a grosgrain ribbon? I don't know how to say that, and I don't know what it means, but I was thinking of putting ribbon around the edge rather than just having this raw seam. It's kind of like feltish. So, I don't know. What do we think? Let's focus on the shaping now. I think that I want to take it off at the edge. Can you all see? Hello, Lost in Purple. Hello, Slalom D. We are making a vintage inspired pillbox hat with a black veil. And it's coming along. It's coming along. What do we think? It's a little bit tricky to figure out the shaping for something that's so dimensional. But I hope I'm just not overdoing it. It's like you want to take off a little at a time, but I also want to be bold here. Oh my gosh, I think this is looking good. Here we go. I'm gonna turn off this backlight. I don't think it's helping. This is coming down off the chin. It's a little bit pointy. I don't think I like that. Let's cut like, oh man. Before I take off the total, because I was talking about having it so it's not covering the mouth, first we're gonna start, it's a little bit asymmetric, but we're gonna keep the mouth covered. And I do want to pop this on my head and get an idea. Okay. Flip it around. Yes, we still got a ways to go, huh? So how do I have it? This is down or up? Oh my gosh. All right. Well, this is doing it for me. I think I like. Right now, I actually have it so both sides of, this is where the veil goes on both sides. It's like kind of right in front of my ears. This one is angled back a little bit. And it's a little kind of falling back on my head. But my head, I guess, is a little bit different shape than Mulder. His is shorter. So we pretty much, I don't know. Not bad. The veil over your face will be somewhat invisible from a distance. This is true. So, and yes, there was what I really wanted, like my inspo for this project had a really pretty veil with almost like Swiss dot isn't the right word, but it had larger, these were larger, and then it had dots of black in it, and it was gorgeous. And I'm still thinking about maybe ordering it. I found it on just an online site. But in the interim, I got this at Joanne's for 50 cents. And I'm like, okay, that'll work. That'll work too. So, I mean, you're right. It's kind of disappearing. And I think that this looks good enough. Let's start shaping this poofy. I do think I like that on the upside and not the downside. Yes, Shalom, definitely an edging. That would be freaking amazing. And another thing is that, another thing would be, oh my gosh, that would look really good. I love hats. I freaking love hats, and I love making and sewing them. And this is only the second one I'm making, and it's not gonna be the last. All right, so let's talk about the poof. I mean, it's a little outrageous now, but I also kind of love it. It's not fully sewn. I need to swap out my thread in my machine. I've been working on the red dress, you guys. The red dress is coming along so good. If you haven't seen that, this is what I'm working on. And I was thinking of possibly adding a red as the band around the hat. That was not a great, here. Something like that, or I could put something like that. There's so many options. I love it. I love it. But what I was trying to start saying is this is just pinned the way it is. Let's keep fiddling around with this and get this pinned and then sewn just the way I want it. I kind of love it like this. It's like you have a hat on your head. You kind of just can't go wrong, I feel like. Now, it is true that there is such a thing as too much. Not in that world. All right, so let me throw some stitches in here, and then after the fact, I'm going to decide if I want to cut this down or not. And let me see here. How folded over is this actually? I'll flip you all around again. Okay. Oops. This is what is going on? Okay. A little bit twisted up. Okay. This is like ruffled here. Oh, here we go. This isn't even like crunkled out. And that is a word. I looked it up. Crunkled. It's a word that means amazing. Oh, this is good. I like this too. What if we do this? Just pop a little bit more of a pin right. Oh, see? No, that's exactly where it needs to be. So I'm going to stitch here. I'm going to stitch over here. And it's going to be great. Oh my goodness. Let me get one more pin in here. And then, like I said, I have to change my thread out. Oh, yes. I think that's our winner. We're going to crunkle the heck out of this hat. Let me get you over to my machine. Whoops. Oh my gosh, you guys. I've gotten a new sewing machine. I love her. She doesn't have a name yet, but I'll show you later on. She is a Singer 6221C, I believe. She is Brazilian. She's got so many fancy stitches, and she fired right up. Oh my gosh, she is gorgeous. She's gorgeous. So that Brazilian beauty, I'm hoping, is going to be my gateway towards sewing stretch fabrics. I'm a little bit, well, what's the word? Not necessarily afraid of sewing stretch knit fabrics, but it's a new thing I need to learn. And the other thing that I'm really excited about is Richard Gere. He is my Riccar 1800. I oiled him, and I got him working. He's working, I think. We're not 100% there yet because I'm used to these top-loading bobbins on vintage Singers. He's got like a front-loading bobbin, and it's not a class 66. It's one that's a little bit wider. All right, we gotta get some glasses here. And let me see if I can actually thread this needle. Oh, you know what? I actually want to swap my needle, don't I? I've got a Microtex in here. Let me swap my needle really quickly to this guy. This is just an 80/20 normal needle, I think. Alright. I'm sorry. These are the things I ought to do before I start streaming, huh? Because they're the things that take me a while with these fumbly fingers of mine. Okay, here we are. Let's get this threaded up, and then all I need is a black bobbin. Okay, distracted. So for the red dress, right? It's got a slit up the leg, and I'm sewing it out of a really beautiful, well, it was a tablecloth, but it is a kind of like a satin type material. And the thing with that is, that's why I was using the Microtex needle. But the point of that is, it's not going to look great, I don't think, if I don't, it's not going to look great if I do like a regular hem. So I've never done a blind hem before, and that's where I'm hoping Richard Gere can come into play, because he's got a blind hem foot and none of my Singer attachments. I don't have any Singer attachments for that. Okay, some questions here and comments. Do you have enough of that fabric to cut 18 inches of bias to make a rose? I believe so. I'm going to check my closet. I think I do. And yes, making a rose would be amazing. Your go-to machine is a 1970 white. Oh, she's named Betty. I love it. I love it. I love it. I am cutting on the straight grain. Yes, it's cut on the straight grain, and I've done rolled hems, and I would love a super good hack for a very small rolled hem. I do have a rolled hem foot. I thought about that. I thought it might be good, but I don't know. Just not feeling super confident yet about what's going to happen with it. I'm going to take my walking foot off just so that I can get this under here a little more easily. And I'll just throw my universal foot on here. Oh my gosh. So what have we done so far? We've trimmed the lace around the face, and now we're gonna get these stitches in here to hold this exactly how I want it. So let's do it like, how do I want to do it? This is not a free arm machine, and I feel like if it was, that would make things a little easier for me, but that's all right. Let me try to get this pin out because I don't want it to cause any problems. I do know band roll. I've never used it before, but this is a great idea. The dress is, it's, what am I trying to say here? It's the hem, it's like, fitted isn't the right word. It is not like, hang on. I'm really trying to think of the word I need. I'm going to do this stitch while I'm thinking of it. Oh, you know, I need to take the presser foot pressure off. There we go. Okay, I'm going to back stitch. And I feel like maybe that didn't work, but let's take a closer look. My scissors, here they are. Here. Okay, let me cut this thread and free ourselves from the matrix. Okay, where else am I attached? Right here. I'm gonna have to look around. I'm really not sure where I put, oh, this is so good. Let me get these reading glasses off because now I can't see what I'm looking at. All right, let me put this back on here and try to find my materials. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So, okay. We got the poofy. And, whoops. I'm so sorry, you guys. You've fallen. Hang on, hang on. Still good? Okay, good. This looks great. I love it. Now, more splendid, more splendid, more amazing. And what about this? Should I add a second little... I think I'm gonna do this right here. No, I think we're good. I think this is amazing. All right, all right. Awesome. So let me try to find this black ribbon because I want to do that around the edge. And now also, let me check for more red material. Oh my goodness. This is just awesome. I love it when, oh yeah, we've got plenty of material. Now, cutting on the bias might not be... No, we got plenty. We've got plenty. I've never made a rose. Now, let's think about this. Do I want to do a red band around the edge of the hat? That's going to limit me a little bit because then I'm only going to really want to wear it with like red. I think what I'm going to do is a black band. Oh, you know what? I didn't really think about this. So when I edge it, if I did it like this, and then that got tucked under, no, that wouldn't actually work, would it? I don't know. I don't know. Like I was thinking of just, it's almost like, you know, doing a, oh my gosh, like a bias binding around a neckline or anything. But now I'm confused because how are we going to bias bind here? And this is the part where you see the stitching where it bothers me. Make the rose into a hat brooch. Oh my gosh, yes, this I love. We can make a rose out of this red fabric, and it can be attachable, detachable on a pin, on a brooch. And we're just gonna be able to wear it when we wear this with the red dress. And it's gonna be freaking fabulous. Fabulous! All right, so who wants to walk me through how to make a rose? Because I have no idea. So it sounds like I'm gonna be cutting some fabric on the bias. I don't have a device in here to get a little tutorial on YouTube like I normally do. So it sounds like Shalom is going to give me a tutorial. Fantastic. Let's do some cutting. How much is this going to rock? Oops, oops, oops. You guys are still there, right? Okay, good. Can I show you Richard Gere real quick? Richard Gere isn't fully dressed. But this machine, oh my gosh. And here, I'm pretty sure this is a blind hem foot, right? Yeah? Yeah. So that's going to be a project for another day. Here's the front casing bobbin. Yeah, he's very handsome, and he's working pretty good. I actually pulled out the bobbin that was in there. I think that the thread was like stuck and tangled up, and that was part of the problem I was having. All right, 2.5 inch wide bias binding. Perfect. That I can do. I'm okay. I dropped the the light lamp. Yeah. I couldn't live without that thing this winter. It's been sunny, but it has been cold. And this room gets some really nice light in it, which is awesome. I'm trying to find a spot where, yeah, this probably is a good, well, this isn't going to be wide enough. I'm a little worried about using the rest of my fabric, but I'm also like, you know what? It was a freaking tablecloth, and what else do I need to sew? Because I've already cut the whole dress. So let's do it. How long does this 2.5-inch bias binding? How long should we make it? Um, 2.5-inch wide. Looks like bling hem. Then press it with a 1/4 inch folded in on each side. All right. 2.5 inches wide. And let me get the bias. Sometimes I'm not good with figuring angles out. So if it takes me a little minute here, it's just because it takes me a little minute here. Here we go. No, that does not look like it. I see 30, 45, and 60. 45 is what I want. So that is the bias right there. And let me spin it like, hang on a sec. Spin it like this. All right, good, good, good. And we'll go all the way up here. Far up as I can go, and it will be plenty long enough, I think. A little lower. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. I think, what did I pay for this tablecloth at Goodwill? Let's say I paid $5.99-ish. The dress is spectacular. I tried it on. It needs a little bit of, I don't know. This, obviously the satin has more give to it. It's a little more unstable than cotton. So I realized after I had sewn it up that I wanted to make it a little bit tighter fitting. So I'm going to take in the sides just a smidge, and I'm also going to then figure out the whole blind hem stitch, and then I think it's going to be done. That and the leg slit. All right, I want to get another ruler. 2.5. There we go. And I'm just going to mark that here. 2.5. So now that I'm seeing how wide 2.5 is, I'm wondering if this is not going to be anywhere near long enough. I'm going to have to put a bunch together. And that's fine, I think. Alright. Little crack doesn't always get sliced. Alright, so there's a little bit of our bias binding. Can do another one here. This isn't going to be too long though. This is going to be freaking awesome. I'm going to fold it in like this, huh? And then press it. Oh my gosh. Hong Kong seams. If it's too short, you can make another piece. You can cut out a square and then take strips from that. I know, the color is amazing. 18 inches. All right, we can do it. So we've got 18 inches already. All right, you know what? I think we can just cut a couple more since I'm here. And I'm gonna cut one more. And then we're also gonna have this like amazing little, oh my gosh, there's so much, right? Like if I go out with somebody and wear the dress, it's very easy to make a tie or a pocket square for my date. Like there's so much fun with accessories and sewing. I can't even handle, like I basically am no longer, you know what? I think from the very beginning, I was not into just sewing a one-piece garment because the first things I sewed matching scrunchies for them. And since then, I've sewed two-piece sets, I've sewn hats with dresses. It's all amazing. And so, yeah, it's like the details. The details are what make you stand out. All right. Okay, so we are folding in the, what are we doing? We're folding in the bias tape, quarter inch folded in on each side. Let's get the iron warmed up. Would you like something to drink? I'm having some lemon seltzer and it is delicious. Get the iron warmed up. And I've got it set to level 4, should be good for synthetics. Okay, we're folding in a quarter inch here. This fabric, it is quite rolly, and that makes it, oh my gosh, I have 2 of these, I didn't realize. That makes it a little tricky to work with, because it doesn't really like to stay put. And I also don't want to overheat it. So we'll just see how it goes. Sometimes what I've been doing is just pinning it down with straight pins to kind of help the process a little bit. And I think I'm going to do that while I'm just waiting for it to warm up. Why not? Quarter inch. It's tiny. So tiny. Just do a couple in here. I love ironing. It smells so good. It's like, it just resets my whole brain. I'm like, oh, that smell, amazing. It's one of my favorite parts of sewing is the ironing. Now I feel like I'm just wasting time when I should be ironing. Pinning is the thing I could do with less of. Pinning is not my favorite. Not my favorite, but you can't really get away from it if you want to have garments that turn out real nice. The pinning is important. All right, so this is the quarter inch that I'm folding down, trying to fold down. As you can see, it doesn't really want to stay. And that's just the nature of this fabric. I'm going to really punch it. So for this rose, Shalom, please tell me what are the next steps going to be? Yeah, pinning was silly. It was just kind of whatever. Keep them in there though. Might help when I sew it. I'm assuming, are we going to be sewing down these edges? And then are we going to be folding it up? This is fun. It's making me feel like I'm doing origami with fabric. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going to make my first flower. This is amazing. This is so amazing. And it's fun to learn with you guys. All right. Obviously, this whole ironing, like we're not going to get perfection here. So I'm kind of just going to turn this over and we're going to just roll with the fabric that is roly, roly, poly. That's okay. Thanks for your patience. Say 18 inches or so, 45, yes, okay. Let me keep scrolling down. Why not? A pocket square would be amazing. Fold it in half, but the 1/4 inch measurement does not. Oh, okay. We don't need to be too precise. That is good to know. We're just going to roll with this. And then we're going to fold it in half and iron. We're going to press it flat. Oh my goodness. Does anyone have any suggestions for, like, I don't really have steam that works well on my iron, so I haven't been steaming. I do have a spray bottle with water, but I was like, well, you know, I really don't want to mess up the fabric for the dress. So anyway, this is where we are. Let's get the center fold, because this is the one that matters. Here we go. I think, yes. Oh my goodness, this is tricky. It's so much easier working with cotton, okay? Like, cotton is so much easier than freaking satin synthetic stuff, but boy, does this look good with the princess seams and the shimmer and the shine. Yeah. It's worth the finessing that it requires. It just gets to be a little bit much sometimes for my fingers. And it's probably not super exciting for you all to watch me press this, trying to press it in half. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Okay, let me catch up more on the chat. You could just zigzag that edge first to make it more obedient. Oh, that's a great tip. Zigzag the edge and then press it. I have one of those little baby travel irons. Oh my gosh, do you know what I was using? I don't think it's still in here. I was using my flat iron for my hair because I was pressing the sleeves on the dress and they were so tough. They were so tough. Okay, you are just gonna do a rolled fold. I got my first machine when I was 7. Oh my gosh! You wanna see my Barbie dress I sewed? That one right there, matching kerchief. Okay, friends. So, what is happening next? We are, oh my gosh, this is gonna be great. I think I'm gonna do a little more pinning. So are we, is this what we're doing here? Are we sewing, oh, hang on a sec. Would it be like this? I'm sorry. I need some help. What's the next step here, please? Shalom, you are coming through in the clutch, guiding this ship that is totally lost. I got pins everywhere. I don't want to turn off my iron yet because I feel like I'm going to need it again. And it smells so good. All right, make a tube, then turn it inside out. Alrighty, alrighty. So okay, wait, question. When you say turn it inside out, I'm turning it. I think what I can do, right, is sew it right sides together, and then I'm just going to sew here, and it's going to be a tube, as if I was, quote unquote, making a scrunchie. That's what I have experience with. Perfection. So let's do it. Let's get some pins in here. And I'm just going to really not be super duper precise because this is something that I love to do. I love putting in pins and realizing like, oh, I didn't really need them. But in this case, I probably am going to need them because we got the rolly situation going on. Okay. This should be fine. Okay. I'm going to put in like probably 2 or 3 more pins. And this is going to be so And I've got my bodkin so I can flip the heck out of this. That's one nice thing about satin is it's probably gonna be so easy to flip the tube. With cotton, you're just like trying to get it to release and it just gets crinkled up in on itself. This is just gonna glide so easily. Oh yes. Satin is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. So here's the thing, right? I'm gonna put the Microtex needle back in, or I might regret it. It's really not super critical for this, I'd imagine, but it's also something that it made a big difference. Like when I first was doing test stitches on this fabric, I was like, okay, we're getting so much puckering and this is a pain in the neck. So how do I fix it? And it turns out that the walking foot and the Microtex needle were the way to go. So here's another reason why having multiple sewing machines is amazing. It's because, guys, I could have just put the black thread, oh jeez. Speaking of, everything's got to get changed back because we're back to maroon. Ugh, I'm so sorry. I was not thinking this whole thing out, my friends. And isn't that how sewing goes? It's like, oops, I forgot to do that. Oops, it's 20 minutes later. Oops. I haven't eaten in 3 hours and I'm starving hungry. That's how my sewing often goes. But it's not always the case. So here we go. Get this threaded up again. And I am going to be glad that I don't have black stitches in my rows. And I'm also going to be glad that I don't have red stitches holding my veil onto my hat. And I'm going to be super glad that this is going to be a freaking amazing hat. Oh my goodness. The glasses and the fingers make my life kind of tricky sometimes. Oh, I'm a little shaky tonight, as I often am. I read this really nice, it's like a little pocket mindfulness book, and it's one of the mindfulness practices in there is said, watch your hands. Watch what they can do and appreciate them. And I was like, yeah, this is, I've had a number of hand surgeries, and despite the surgeries, my hands often don't behave the way that I like them to, and trying to be appreciative of what they can do, even if it takes me longer and it's frustrating. Look at what I just did with my beautiful hands. Threaded a needle. Okay. Yay, and now we get to sew. This is the best part. This is the best part. Oh, let me pull my bobbin thread through. That'll be good. All right, we're almost there. Where did my little thingy go? Oh, everything's falling. Oh my gosh. The scissors are on the ground, but this will do the trick. Oh my gosh. No, it won't. Let me get this through here, actually. All right, here we are. Bobbin thread. Perfection. We don't need the scissors. We're just gonna go rogue. All right. Let me pull this back through here once. Oh my gosh. My hands. I cherish my hands. Okay. Here we go. Back stitch. And I'm going to take this pin out. I said I was going to put the walking foot back on, and I didn't. And I might regret that, but we'll see. This really doesn't need to be at all perfect. Because it's just going to be a tube, and then it's going to be a rose. No one's even gonna see it. Oh my gosh, this is freaking exciting. You know what I have is, ooh, I don't know if that would work or not. I have like hat clips. Oh, I feel like it might be slipping out from under. I might have missed the bottom there. I might have to go back. We'll see. This part's good though. Here we go. All right. All right. Did I miss it or did I catch it? Yeah, I missed a little spot here. Let's just like wrap that around. Yeah, we'll just go right back over that. It'll be fine. Here we go. Ta-da! Uh-oh. It's fine, it's fine. We just gotta get that over there. Yeah, that's fine. Excellent. And back of that up. Okay. Scissors are on the floor. There they are. My iron can get unplugged. It's a little reminder. Like, hey, did you forget about me? Click, click, click. Okay. All right, we got a beautiful tube now. Get the bodkin out. Hi, Fox Mulder. Yes, we're gonna make epic hat pins. We're gonna, here, let me just real quick grab this and show you guys. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, you know what? It's not really what we need at all. So this is a hat I made, and then I ordered these on, you know, Chinese Amazon or whatever. And it is just a hat, like it puts it in your hair. Whoops. And it's not the best quality, but basically we got this. So it could work. I mean, if I just sewed it onto here and then it had that little pin on it, I think it'll be good. Ooh, yes. That is a great hack about sewing slippery fabric that I often overlook doing. And the hack is to put a piece of paper underneath it as you sew, like tissue paper or something. Oh, I love flipping. Oh my gosh, it's so easy because it's so slippery. The slippery fabric. Oh my gosh. All right, now let me ask you, because I'm getting short on time. Once we have this rolled, what's going to be the next steps for making the rose? Ta-da! Might be good to press it, huh? Oh my gosh, am I just gonna bunch this up, sew it together, and it's gonna look freaking amazing when I attach it with a pin to my hat? I think so. Oh my gosh! All right, this is pretty good, you guys. We've got, I mean, it would look good with, that would look good too. And maybe that's the way to do it. Like when I wasn't sure how would I flip it over, like it would just be basically this. And I could just attach it like that. And maybe that's how I would do it. Oh my gosh, that would look so good. Now I really want to do this. I really want to do it. But this is going to be our rose. So, the absence of guidance. What do we think? Do we just go like this? I don't know what I'm doing. That's not bad though. I'm gonna press this. Keep it like this. Oh my gosh, this is like embarrassingly bad how I sewed this. It's really good for me to do things that aren't perfect. It's really, really good for me. And guess what? It's gonna look freaking phenomenal. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's gonna look so good. Okay, here's the tube. You can do two things to make a rose. The simplest way is to roll it and splay out the petals. Okay, so I'm gonna roll it. Hang on a sec, let me make sure that that is on the inside hidden. I kind of like this part, that's adding some pizzazz. Okay, I'm rolling it around. Here's what I'm gonna do. How big do I want it to be? Let me roll it around 2 fingers. And then we're gonna splay some petals when I'm done. Oh my gosh, that's gonna look so good. All right. Now, petal, 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 petal. Oh, wow. I like it. I like it like this, to be honest with you. Get some pins in here. Oh my gosh. It's a little bow. Do we like a bow? Roll tight. Okay, hang on. Let me start again. Like 1 finger width. Roll, 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 roll. Roll, roll. Oh, I think I know what you're saying. It would just be like this. You're not wrapping it around anything. And it's going to unpeel like a flower. Like that, huh? Yes! Oh my gosh, that looks good too. Oh my gosh. All right. There's a lot of different things. Oh my gosh. Hang on, hang on. My mistake. Are you guys still there? All right, I am out of time, but thank you so much for watching. I really think that this is going to be a freaking amazing, amazing piece of art. And I'm so excited to finish it up next time. Thanks for tuning in. I'm thinking I might be doing live streams on Tuesday moving forward because my Thursdays have filled up. I've got another thing happening right now. Thank you everyone so much for your support. Thank you Shalom for the guidance, Michelle for being an amazing moderator. Happy sewing, happy creating, and we will get this done along with the dress. Oh my God. Maybe we'll be blind hemming next week or maybe we'll be hatting. It's all good. Bye.